get into my first poem, I do a lot of slam poetry where I'm always the only Muslim, but I'm usually the last female, the last woman that's standing pretty much. So I wrote this particular poem after being in a few slam poetry events, and once I realized that I was the only female standing, I wrote this specifically because I noticed that guys started saying poems that were directed towards women, and since I was the only woman that was left, it was kind of like directed towards me. So I wrote it for that purpose, and it's called My Alter Ego.
It's on page 13, by the way.
Yes, page 13. Don't read ahead either. I'm a lady. I try to speak softly when I talk. I respect myself. I have a little grace with my walk. I try to be kind to others. I try to use those things I'm taught. I like to be comforted, and I appreciate the gifts I'm bought. You see, I like long conversations, but I don't really like telling tales. I want the protection of a man because I really like breaking nails. See, I'm a lady, but I'm starting to think that you don't really know me because for some strange reason, you got me twisted, homie. See, I don't tolerate disrespect, and I know how to break a neck, and I'd rather that you pay, but I know how to write a check, and don't let my small frame fool you. I will fight to my death because I fear Allah alone, and only He can take my breath to stop the beating in my chest to give me cardiac arrest. So if you were part of my grade, it'd be the free question on the test, and I wouldn't have to study you. I could get it right if I took a guess, and you might even believe that you're the best of the best. But the truth of the matter is, all you spitting is that mess. See, I understand that you're stronger, but that doesn't mean that I'm weak. My brain is riding on the full tank and you ride on the slow leak. Brother, you could never reach my level. But let me give you a sneak peek. Let you taste the lyrical treat. So you can go home and let your family tell you that your breath smells like defeat. See, I'm a lady, but please don't get me confused with the rest of them, because I can get down with the best of them, and I don't even mind testing them. And I'll remind you if I think you forgot that you will never ever take my spot, because I'm a lady, even when you think that I'm not. And this is why I'm hot. The poetry slam. So I'm kind of one of those artists who, apparently, after I perform and sisters hear me and stuff, they're like, I always get you gotta write something about this. It's like I'm the spokesperson for the Muslim women or just women in general. It's like I would never get up there and say this, so can you write this for me? So a lot of times I have to tell people, like, I am not my poems. Sometimes I have to tell them, like, this came from this situation that was completely removed from me. But that doesn't always work, so I get a lot of flack for being the voice of the woman, but a lot. It has its benefits. The next poem, I think I'll do your favorite poem. This is it's called My 9/11 Story. And I think it's on the last page. My 9/11 story is a very true story. And it still happens now. I was telling someone how I get harassed at the airport all the time. And I'll go more into that after I finish, so I can tell you guys what I'm going to do now that I continually get harassed. Okay. So this is my 9/11 story. I have a different 9/11 story. Brace yourself, because this country is in desperate need of help, and I don't want you to hear these words. I want them to be felt. You see, it all started when a powerful man decided that he wanted to pump some lies into the minds of the misguided, so he knocked some towers down, caused the deaths of thousands in the town, and people in this society have been brainwashed to support this clown. He blames it all on a man that he swears he can't find now. It's absurd. And I'm speaking the truth when I say these words. So please don't believe all of the lies you've heard. It's not in a Muslim's nature to be silent. And Islam means peace. So how can it promote violence? Men were arrested and tortured just because they had long beards. And anybody who looked foreign was harassed and feared. Women scared to wear their scarves outside because of the anger people spared. But they took it a step further. I saw this woman screaming for help because there was a man trying to hurt her. While she was standing on the corner, he tried to run her over. And this wasn't a scare tactic, y'all. It was attempted murder. Police ran into a man's house, beat him down in front of his kids, and after their blows stopped, reality hit him. Democracy was never his. He was humiliated. His freedom culminated, all because he was thought to be a terrorist affiliated. But who's the real terrorist here? Because terror is a state of intense fear, and it's usually invoked by what you see or what you hear. And ISK is one that advocates the way you behave, a different form of being enslaved. So do me a favor. Think about the rulers of America, and how can she be saved? If your family was receiving threats, you will pull your weapons out too. And if a man doesn't fear death, what makes you think he'll fear you? Especially if those threats are coming from those who are supposed to protect and serve you. See, when I travel, I pay this fee to be 9/11 protected. But my last name is Muhammad, so let me tell you how I'm affected. At security, they tell me I've been randomly selected. So I have to step to the side so I can be personally metal detected, and then I hear these words, "Miss, you must remove your scarf." So now it's me versus security. Let's see who has the most heart, because I replied, should I take my clothes off too? Because like my shirt and my skirt, my scarf will not be removed. And my position will forever be unmoved. And it's about to be some real problems because I don't know what you're trying to prove. So she called for backup, y'all. She called her whole crew. Miss, if you don't allow us to see your hair, we can't allow you to pass through. So I missed my plane 7 times, and if I could press rewind, I missed it 100 times. Because if they thought I was taking my scarf off for them, they have clearly lost their minds. And one day I was at the gas station, you won't believe what this white boy said. He looked me in my face and he called me a raghead. And I didn't want to hurt him. I just wanted to make sure that him and his friends would never disrespect another Muslim again. So he apologized when he got up from off his back. But it was too late for that. You see, he knew that I was Muslim. Somehow he forgot that I was black. That's my 9/11 story. I'm going to probably do some more. But now that I continuously get harassed when I'm at the airport, I think I'm going to start a claim with TSA. I'm going to do that now. So, you know, if you guys ever have been harassed, and now they're like, you know, we have to pat your scarf down. That's the new thing, patting it down, as if they're going to find something by patting my scarf down. If I had some kind of weapon in there, patting it isn't going to find it. Or it's not going to find anything that a metal detector wouldn't find. I just don't understand what that's all about. So I'm going to do that. Hopefully you guys see me in the newspaper with like a big check like this with my scarf on, and I will go like this. Okay, so I'll be back